Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, aka EGTV, and we're back again with another video on my channel, Egal's channel. Yes, I am not late. I'm on time. 6:30. I started the clock. It should have started at least at 6:30. I don't know what's going on. Did it not register to change the time? I changed the time to 6:30. I don't know what happened. But yo, people, if you are first to the channel, do me a favor, look in the descriptions. All the stories, the agendas of everything we'll be discussing today will be in the description below. You can read that. You can thoroughly read it. They're all factual statements. No fake news here. Every single story I have looked at, I've read into, I've looked at it, I criticized it, and I will give you guys my takes on what I think about all those stories here. Okay, so let's get this show started. Let's get everything going. But first things first, I need you guys to do me a favor, smash that like button. Today we're going to try to get past at least 200 likes. If we can get to 200 likes by the end of the video, would be absolutely great. And give me your thoughts about the stories in the news today about Arsenal in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Let me know what you think. And you know what, the most important thing about this, we could possibly have one of the most ambitious summer transfer windows from Arsenal Football Club. I'm not saying the Cronkies are going to go and spend hundreds of millions of dollars, but they are being linked to spending a lot of money. And they're being linked to some ballers. RIYAD, Mahrez, Declan Rice, RAHEEM Sterling. We're being linked to possibly getting Ben White. We're being linked to getting LOKONGA. All these guys, even Camavinga talks is still going on at this club right now. It's kind of crazy. But the best thing of all, you want to know something? We have things to discuss today, and we're going to talk about it in a second. I'm not going to spoil everything, but first things first, don't forget, smash that like button. Let's get this show on the road. And people, give me your thoughts. What you think about that? What you think? And oh, I got a video coming soon on the weekend. Just get ready. Get ready. It's going to be a good one. But yeah, you already know what it is. EGTV, let's get the show started. Bang. Yes, people. Okay, so let's get the show on the road. We're going to start talking about all the transfers. I'm going to add the people back in. We got Gunner Express. We got James Harden. We got Gunner King. We got Progress in the house. Big up to you guys. How you guys doing? We just had a big Twitter space right now on Twitter before this video. It was absolutely massive. We had about how much people? 60 people, 70 people at one point. It could have been bigger, but hey, we're not counting. But yeah, big up to the people in the chat. Let's go through the people in the chat. We got King Pun. Yo, we got Muhdin in the chat. Where's Muhdin at? Yo, Muhdin's not even here. We got Ali. We got my guy. Big up the Turks. Big up the Turks doing their thing. We got Josh here. We got Qasim doing his thing. We got Andre doing his thing. We got Ferns in the house. Ferns, what's good, bro? If you want to join in, let's talk to the guys. James, how you doing?
I'm good.
Gunner Express?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, what are you saying, Gunner King?
All good, man. All good.
All right, Progress, how you doing?
Could be better after that news.
And then Aslan's things pending, so we're gonna connect that in a second. But first things first, people, you know what the first story on the docket today is? The first story on the docket today is Emile Smith Rowe, right? And I want to ask you guys, are you guys starting to get a little bit worried about the Smith Rowe stuff?
Nope.
I'll
say it with chest right now. He is not leaving, and he is signing a new contract this season. I'll say it with chest.
So let me just tell you guys, oh, we got some people in that want to join that are, so we'll get some of those guys in. Dean, if you're out there, you want to join in, I can see Jonathan wants to join in. Jonathan, the link is in there if you want to join in. Big up to everybody, right? And let's get this show on the road, people. But first things first, Smith Rowe, if you guys are unaware, yesterday Aston Villa submitted we're preparing to submit another bid. This came from the Football Insider. The Football Insider, in my opinion, are actually a very reliable source. After I looked into it deeper, they have broken a lot of stories, and they are notoriously known for getting a lot of stuff in the Premier League absolutely correct. So they're saying that Aston Villa are, according to the Football Insider, preparing a £30 million pound bid for Emile Smith Rowe. Now, this is not a joke. I don't think Aston Villa would be submitting another bid.
Egal.
actually had an inkling that Arsenal would sell Smith Rowe. But I don't think the club is looking to
Come
sell.
on.
I think the deal is done,
bro.
There's rumors that the deal is done, and when you have Fabrizio Romano tweeting 100% confirm, not 100% confirmed, but 100% this deal will get done, and Smith Rowe is close to being signed. Smith Rowe signing is pending. I'm telling you guys, there's no way that we are going to be letting him go. And even if they add 5 million on top of their original 25 million pound bid, doesn't mean we're going to sell him. That's ridiculous.
Egal, Saka started.
Saka's in the England team.
Yo, this was on the schedule. We might as well talk about it now. So Bukayo Saka is starting for England. What are we saying, people? Why haven't they played him recently? Why haven't they given him more game time in the
Southgate's a mong, bro. He's just a mong.
It just makes no sense. So Bukayo Saka is starting for England. How do you guys feel? Are you guys proud? Who's in the team? Let's go check this out right now. But yo, Muhdin, big up to Muhdin, big up to Lucas. How you guys doing?
Fine, bro. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Big up the panel, all of you. How are you doing, guys?
Everyone's good.
Doing good, bro.
Yeah. So we might as well just start with the Bukayo Saka Grealish show tonight. It's going to be the Bukayo Saka Grealish show tonight. What are we saying, people? We gassed or what?
Yeah.
I'm fucking gassed. I just seen Guna Express and James go. Bukayo started.
Masterclass.
It's no longer expected. He's confirmed starting.
Yeah, he's confirmed.
Bro, Saka Penitentiary coming tonight, innit? Like, if you know about Carefree Lewis and what he does with the Christensen Penitentiary, you wait till tonight when he absolutely destroys his Czech Republic, man. You wait. Saka prop all night, baby. Saka prop all night.
What front four has he gone with?
All I gotta say is I'm gonna show you guys the team right now. I'm gonna show you guys the team right now.
Oh, Sterling's playing shit.
Check this out. So this is the England team, right? This is the England team, and Bukayo Saka is the headline. The headline, you know. Woo!
Little chilly, bro. Little chilly.
So, but it's Jordan Pickford, Kyle Walker, Luke Shaw, Declan Rice, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Calvin Phillips, Bukayo Saka. That tells me right away that you have Raheem Sterling and Jack Grealish in the team. They're going to go with. It could either be a back four with a 3-4 with a 2-3 with Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, with Jack Grealish in front of them, and both sides having wingers and Harry Kane. Or it could be a situation where it could go back three with Luke Shaw as a third center back.
Nah, I think Saka. Grealish should play 10. Grealish should play 10.
No, but you could have the versatility. It could only go two ways. But I genuinely believe they're doing the same tactic that they did against Czech Republic last time they beat them convincingly. They played with a 4 at the back, with 2 in the midfield, 3 in front of the midfield, attacking midfielders, and then Harry Kane up top. So that's what it's going to look like. My guy Bukayo Saka starting. Jack Grealish, Bukayo Saka link up. Woo! What are you guys saying?
Bro, I feel Southgate will go with a 4-2-3-1. Grealish in the 10, Saka on the right, Sterling on the left. But yeah, like, great news. I'm very happy for him. I think he's going to bring a lot to the table. And Southgate is only going to realise that why didn't I start him sooner? So yeah, like, I'm more than ready. I'm amped. I'm very happy for Saka. Well done, man.
Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm calling it now. He's going to get a goal. He's going to get an assist. He's going to be man of the match again, and he's going to be on the left wing. I'm calling that now.
And then every other golden lover is going to get it from Gunnar X tonight.
Yeah, all these little salty rivals saying, why ain't Sancho or Foden playing over Saka? You'll know tonight why he ain't playing over Saka. You'll know. You'll find out very soon. Trust me. Goal and an assist. Man of the match again. Bukayo Saka, bro.
Oh, bro, this
I've said that now. Watch him get injured in like the first 2 seconds or something.
Yeah,
honestly.
Don't say that. Why would you put that bad vibes out there?
It's what happens in it. Every time I gas up a player, I swear to God, they always do awful. Like, every time I gas up a player, man.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Saka's banging tonight.
Saka's gonna put in work. I don't doubt.
Carry the nation on his back.
But yo, why did Southgate not play him in the first place? It makes no sense.
He's a fucking retarded.
Because Southgate tax.
Why you calling something fucking retard?
Yo, Egal, all I'm gonna say, yeah,
James is funny,
Southgate is one of the
Wallahi,
only
he makes
managers.
no what?
Southgate's one of the only managers I'll actually say is worse than Arteta, because at least Arteta plays Saka. Like, at least he plays him, bro.
All right. So let's talk about this link up. This link up, I would love to have this link up at Arsenal, but it's never gonna happen, unfortunately.
I don't say that, Egal. We're signing him this season, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing.
There's more chance of Madeline McCann being fan, mate.
Oh Lord.
Grealish Nesta.
I don't know how you squeak through here. We don't let rivals on, but okay, whatever.
The only player who can change.
Wait, Egal, after the previous stream, the way you set me up to be all, all positive and everything, are you telling me I'm delusional now, bro? After why I said, Cronkies.
No, do you really think I put this picture to say he's coming to Arsenal? No, I put this picture just to say BUKAYO SAKA is starting for England, and I don't give a shit because I don't support England, but I support Arsenal and I support Bukayo Saka.
He's in a score.
That's the same thing with me. I don't support England.
Let's go, Harry Maguire.
But
Come on,
Saka prop.
Yo, real talks. I'm just gonna move it like this. Be like, after the game, if he does well, watch my community post. If you haven't been checking out the community post, you're missing out. Every single day, over 100 people checking out that community post.
Rival fans getting fucking violated.
Do you think the midfield will be static again today?
Let's go. Nah,
No,
fuck England, bro. We're not talking about England. We're talking about Bukayo Saka.
Saka's in a team.
Matt,
it's all going to be.
I don't know about you, but we ain't talking about. But we ain't talking about England.
I'm just saying.
It's all going to be saucing. Got Saka.
Yo, I'm just gonna move it on to the next topic now, because I felt like that topic was dead after a few minutes. Let's go to Roma. Roma are Roma abandoned Gunners' raid of Granit Xhaka, and Roma are abandoning the signing of Granit Xhaka this summer, according to thing. Aston Villa ace Douglas Luiz might be Jose Mourinho's #1 choice now. So Roma have now said they are no longer interested in Xhaka.
When did they say
Roma are basically saying they're not prepared to pay the money.
Rubbish.
No. Yo, why is there? What's that noise? Yo, continue. All right, can you guys hear what I'm saying though? Everyone, can you mute yourself if you're not speaking, please? Because it's very irritating when I'm hearing background noises while I'm speaking. It's very irritating. Everyone, please mute your mic. Okay, yeah, he's gone. Okay, good. Now continue. Roma have abandoned Granit Xhaka. Do we believe this? Do you think it's fake news? What are you guys saying? Because this is according to what company is this? Romania.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's enough for me.
It's a shit source.
Yeah,
let me tell you the source. Romanista. That's the source.
What the fuck is that?
Romanista have basically said Granit Xhaka to Roma is off. Here's the actual report. Let me put it on the screen. So it says Roma have abandoned Gunners' raid of Granit Xhaka, abandoning plans to sign Granit Xhaka for this summer, according to Romanista.
Oh no, Egal, I know why it's fake, because they're saying it's a raid as if we don't want to sell him. It's not a raid. He's open to be sold, so it's fake, isn't it? Like, they ain't raiding us, bro. Like, we want him gone. We're throwing him out the door. So I think it's fake.
I heard
fake news or real news? The fact that they want Douglas Luiz instead of Xhaka.
That's
gonna sell Douglas Luiz.
That's definitely fake. They're not getting Douglas Luiz.
Yeah.
Aston Villa ain't going to sell Douglas Luiz.
Okay, so we're saying it's fake news.
Oh, definitely.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's just posturing as well. You know, like the agents, when they know that there's a gap between what the club wants and what the other club wants to pay, then they kind of circulate these things to try and push one into giving up in a game of chicken. So it could be a bit to do with the negotiations and agents on all sides trying to get the clubs to meet in the middle on the valuation.
Okay. Now, the next one we're going to discuss is a little bit contentious because a lot of people don't want nothing to do with him anymore. And And you know what? His wages over there in Juventus are astronomical. So what are we saying about the fact that Arsenal are being linked to a possible move for a free agent transfer from Juventus to Arsenal for Aaron Ramsey to return to Arsenal? From after leaving the club that he was at for what, 7 years? Aaron Ramsey could possibly return. Are we entertaining this?
No,
we don't want him. We don't want him, man.
We don't need him. He's not good enough.
Yeah, we don't need him. He's not good enough.
We're not entertaining this.
Do I see Arsenal getting him? Like the Arsenal board? Yes, but I don't think fans want him. So
no, some fans do, but it's sentiment FC, isn't it? It's like I don't get it. He was never really that good for Arsenal. Yeah, he had injuries, but that's
He was average.
football.
He's average player.
Yeah, exactly. And you can say that's down to injuries, but well, like, so what? Like, just because he had injuries doesn't mean that we have to play him. If he had injuries and he's now not a good player, that's just unfortunate. That's football. So he ain't good enough. And like you said, Egal, the wages that he's on are already mental. And with it being a free deal, he's going to want even more. You think Arsenal can pay him 300k a week? He's actually mad.
You'd rather keep Willock, wouldn't you? You'd rather keep Willock.
Well, no, okay. I'd rather not sign.
Let me just stop you guys there. First things first, they're saying that Arsenal would possibly be able to get him on a free transfer. We wouldn't pay a fee. We would just pay his wages. I know his wages are astronomical. He would have to take a pay reduction. So I personally don't want him, but if I was to say change it from fake news to real news, if I just told you Aaron Ramsey, do you want him back at Arsenal? Would you put a thumbs up or a thumbs down on that?
Down.
Thumbs down. Everyone's saying
two thumbs down.
I think playing the devil's advocate on this one though, and I think the notion that he could come in and train with some of the younger attacking mids and sort of give them the experience he has, I wouldn't for that reason be against the transfer, but it would have to be economically, like it would have to make sense. He couldn't come on the wages that he was on at Juventus. He'd have to take a wage cut. If he's prepared to do that and he's happy to say no, that he's not going to be a first team starter, then maybe I could be open to the move. But if not on those terms, I'm not interested.
Okay, that makes sense. And yo, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I just feel like this is a forced link.
Yeah,
this is fake. It's fake, man.
No, the source is not fake, but let me tell you something. Who's the person feeding the information? That's what you have to question, right? What do they have to gain from feeding this information?
Clicks.
Yeah, it's all about clicks. Yeah, if we get him, Egal, we are not going forward. You know,
you're moving back.
What I'm saying is that is the type of player that after 20 games he score one amazing goal, and all the fans be like, "Oh, what a goal!" Like the goal he scored
Madison
against Fulham.
One thing, right? Can we just look at it like this? How did we all just react to that? Oh, we don't want him. He's rubbish. This and that, right? And that's fair. But people need to start realizing this? I know I reacted the same, but I don't believe these rumors anyway. The point is look at how we're reacting, right? This is what they want. Ramsey probably isn't even on Arsenal's radar. But they know Arsenal fans are going to react in the way we just reacted.
If you want to find out more about Sterling, check in the comments section.
Continue, bro.
Before we go any further, people, I'm ending this segment. I'm going to the next segment. If you want to watch the rest of the video, the link is on Twitter and it's on Facebook. So come join us for the rest of the video. Okay, big up to the people watching on YouTube. That's where the bread and butter is. Come join us there. Right now, moving on to the next topic. The next major topic, guys. After Aaron Ramsey, we're gonna have to talk about. I don't really want to talk about the Porto guy. I'm gonna talk about Youri Tielemans. Now, this story here, Youri Tielemans. Let me explain what the story is about. Listen to this. Everyone, please mute your mics.
Leicester City intent on convincing Arsenal and Liverpool target to sign contract extension. Leicester City are working on renewing Youri Tielemans' contract in hope of deterring interest from Liverpool and Arsenal. Report to do fit changes.
So Yeri Tielemans is also linked to Liverpool, and he's linked to Arsenal. So Yeri Tielemans, the Belgian midfielder who absolutely is killing it for Leicester City, has been linked to Arsenal and Liverpool. The reason being, Arsenal and Liverpool are monitoring the situation with his contract currently. His contract's not up this year, but it'll be up in the coming years, and he wants and before he can re-sign a new contract, we want to find a way to prize him away from Leicester. The only way we would do this is if we can find a way to swoop underneath when Leicester are unable to get the deal done with the player. They currently have the player under their stewardship. He currently is nailed on to be getting a new contract sooner than later, but both Arsenal and Liverpool are heavily interested and seriously monitoring the situation. My first question is, I know it's very unlikely to happen. My first question to you guys is, Yeri Tielemans, everybody here agrees that he is the type of player that we want. Am I wrong?
Absolutely, you are right.
Okay. Now that I've said he's the type of player that we want, let me ask you this. Do you see a feasible way for Arsenal or Liverpool to prize him away from Leicester?
Yeah. How much money would he be? Yeah.
It's not about how much money. It's would he re-sign his contract currently at Leicester?
Well, no, but I ask how much money because with the question that you asked earlier, do we need him? Depending on how much money he is, no, we don't, because he's a box-to-box. We have Partey for that role. We need a DM, not another box-to-box player.
But he controls the ball. He controls the ball. He controls the ball.
You think
Partey does?
Oh, that's so cool. Is he DM?
You think he will go to Liverpool then?
Yes. If they don't get Florian Neuhaus, yes.
If he goes anywhere, it'll be Liverpool. And I think the numbers would be gastronomical for this. They paid like 40 million for him from Monaco not so long ago.
It wouldn't surprise me.
He's had his best season at Leicester, so yeah, that's not going to be cheap.
I think Liverpool will get Neuhaus from Gladbach. They don't need Tielemans. If they get Neuhaus,
Tielemans is world-class player. And Arsenal, if Arsenal get him, I think it will be a dream signing for me.
Where would you play him?
Bro, Tielemans 8.
So you drop Partey?
No, I will play them together, both.
Well, then we have no defensive midfield, so we'd be absolutely destroyed in the defense from the midfield. He wouldn't keep the ball.
What I'm gonna do?
I would say Partey can play as a 6.
I'm gonna start a poll. I'm gonna start a poll. Okay, I'm gonna say Yeri Tielemans. Where will he play? Will he leave Leicester or will he stay at Leicester? That's my question. Will he leave Leicester or will he stay at Leicester? In my opinion, I think he's gonna stay. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I see him staying.
I think there's good network there at Leicester for him to stay.
Club for him, I think.
I think Liverpool and City are the only two clubs that would go in for him this summer. Liverpool don't tend to spend the kind of money that he's going to cost on one player. City would, but City have got other options they're looking at, so I think he'll stay.
Gundogan is something. I think City will get him. I think so.
Someone said Yeri Tielemans will cost between 70 and 8 million.
Yeah, he would. Yeah,
absolutely. He will.
He's worth it as well. When I said he wouldn't get in the team, I'm not saying because he isn't good enough. It's just the way that we played. Like I would drop Partey for Tielemans personally, but I don't see us doing that. So that's why I said we wouldn't get him and that he's not needed. But he's absolutely brilliant. Like I would say he's on the verge of world class. So yeah, he's a quality player.
Okay, and people are saying Egal will just go with any gossip. This is not gossip. This is directly from a news article. So if you want to say this is gossip, you can say what you want to say. But I have a source, and I can clearly put it on the screen for you if you want that. Right. Next, yo, we got Karan in the house. Karan, what's good, bro?
What's good, guys? How we all doing?
Chilling, man. How you been?
It's been a rough day. Let's be real.
Nah, man, it's cool, man. It hasn't been that bad. The Twitter Spaces have been doing us well. Now, let me go back to that source. Someone was saying, I want to see your sources. If you go to the comment section, right, and you go to number 5, you clearly see Leicester City. You see the link and you see the source. Okay. If you want to go and Google it from there, you can do that. That's up to you. But the source is clearly in the descriptions at number 5. Okay. So go, if at this moment anyone who wants to go check that out, you can go check that out yourself. Now, people on Twitter, we're gonna end this Youri Tielemans talk. Have a good one, people on Twitter. Now, let me talk to you guys. What are we saying about Youri Tielemans? Do we think it's attainable for us, or if we're gonna attract a Leicester player, can we even attract these guys? Because Maddison himself is being difficult to attract.
Money talks.
Yeah, that's true. And do you think we have the money? I think we don't know the money, the financial situation, but hey.
I think cumulatively, we got rid of 8 players last season, and we're going to get rid of more this season. So if you look cumulatively at the wage bill in the last 12 months, we've reduced it massively and made space. So, yeah, we can put players on there of quality. They've got to be the right quality, though. But yeah, the notion we can't afford it is wrong.
Unrealistic. Yeah. I think the financial situation, no one knows the financial situation of Arsenal right now. We look like we have a lot of money to spend, and it looks like we're not scared to spend it this summer. Now, the next story I'm gonna tell you guys are just gonna laugh. You know how Chelsea are linked to Adama Traore?
You're linked to.
Yeah. So not only are we linked to him, the story is that Arsenal are reportedly ready to rival Chelsea for Wolves winger Adama Traore this summer, according to reports in Spain. I'm just going to ask you guys straight up. Haran, do you want Adama Traore?
No, I do not want Adama Traore. Where does Adama Traore play, guys? He's predominantly a right winger / right back. If he had times, he can play at right back, but right winger. How many right wingers do we have at the club? We have what? Saka. We have Pepe. We have. We can, even if you want to count Kido, if you want to count Kido as well coming through.
Willian.
Like there's a lot of them at the club. I mean, I just feel like I'm just gonna say this. This is just my opinion anyway. That a lot of times that we get put in these player links, like the Ramsdale link a couple of days ago. It's just like the agent is just sort of throwing it out there to try and drum up interest. It doesn't feel like these links are just sort of like the club moving to the player. Like if you look, for example, the Ben White thing and the Buendia deals, we have found out that they're very late on in terms of when the bids were going in. It doesn't seem like it just seems like the process of the club is changing with the new personnel that are being put in place. So I don't see it being realistic.
Okay. And then I was just going to move on from that, and I was going to go to the next topic. But before we do that, I want to ask everybody here, do they feel like there's any possible way that we could see Adama Traore come to Arsenal?
No.
Everyone's saying thumbs down. Everyone's saying no, they don't want it.
Thumbs absolutely down. No end product.
He's
got a great highlight reel for tricks.
Again, let's look at it like this. Again, as I tried to say earlier, we need to read between the lines. Who is he being linked to? Chelsea. So what do you think he and his agent are trying to do right now? They're trying to attract interest from everybody else to force Chelsea to move quicker. That's all they're doing. It's all agent talk. It's like what Karan said. So many of these links literally make 0 sense. Fans don't believe it, man. Like it's just fake. It's just him and his agent trying to make Chelsea move quicker. That's all it is. It's just about speed for Chelsea's deal. We're not interested.
Okay, people in the chat. I want to see it. Thumbs up and thumbs down, because I haven't been seeing it much. Brian says thumbs down. Everyone pretty much here.
Just to really buttress that point is like it's just that I want people to say, like, I don't know if everyone can disagree or agree with me, but when I see these kind of links, it's very much a case of one, the agent wants to try and make their player look as interesting and as valuable as possible. So you throw out names of clubs just to see whether it will stick, and so you can say to Chelsea, "Oh look, Arsenal are involved," or you can say to Liverpool with a certain player, "Oh look, Man United are involved," or these kinds of things. The second thing is, it's not just value but wages as well. So when you go to negotiate with the club, you can say, "Look, we may have agreed a fee with the club that we're talking to right now, but we don't have to agree personal terms. I've got an offer from Arsenal down the road. Like, why you have to give me a deal that's going to work for me? That's and for my player. So I think you have to look at these things from a multifactorial sense of where deals are come from, how agents are trying to get players and their value inflated in this current market, which is very sort of unpredictable. And with the COVID situation, we'll see what happens.
Fair. All right. Let's move on because everyone in the chat is saying thumbs down. Also, Awobi with steroids. Yeah, I'm getting all the jokes now. People, do me a favor, smash that like button. I really need you guys to do me that favor. Smash that like button. We can get at least to 50 likes. That would really help the channel out a lot, and it will get more people getting their eyes on the channel. So the next topic, before I go any further, I'm gonna do a poll. But this is gonna be a topic that we're gonna spend a little bit of time on, right? I want to ask you guys about the striker situation. Do you want, if you could pick this year, if you could pick between the 3 available strikers, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, that we're interested in. We're interested in getting, what's his name? Andre Silva and Isaac. And those 3 guys, which one are you guys taking? And I'm going to start with the top, and I'm going to work my way down. So everyone gets
what's his 3 options?
James, so the 3 options are Isaac, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Andre Silva. Who are you taking?
All right, so not Calvert-Lewin. I'll take Andre Silva.
Andre Silva, okay. And then Gunnar Express?
Andre Silva.
Andre Silva, okay. Karan?
I mean, for me, it would be Isak because of the age of our strikers and the fact that we can bed in the guy who has such a high ceiling as it is. So for me, it would be Isak, and the fact of the matter is that Silva plays in a very creative team at this moment in time. He gets put a lot of chances to him. So I would say, I would personally say Isak.
Aslan. Yo, is he there?
Yeah, sorry, bro. Yeah, so on the 3, if we're going for purely by numbers and stats, I would go for Andre Silva. If we're going for a profile striker where we want someone who's completely different to the strikers that we have, I would say Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If we're willing to invest in a younger striker and in order to mold and develop, then obviously Alexander Isaac. But for me, out of the 3, I would personally go for DCL. And the reason for that is because a lot of the strikers that we have are very similar. The qualities that DCL possesses, I feel, will bring a different element to our game because, you know, like it's all well and good when going into games, you've got a plan A. But when that plan A doesn't work, you need a plan B. So I feel plan B for a player like DCL is a great option. And, you know, like when we have our fullback to contribute into our attacking play by whipping in, crossing in high balls or low balls, DCL is the type of striker that you want at the end of those balls and potentially scoring. So, yeah, for me, Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Okay. And let me go to Muhtin. Muhtin, between the 3, who are you taking? Isaac, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Andre Silva. Just so you know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 80 to 70 million. Isaac, 60 million. Andre Silva, who scored the most goals out of all 3 of them this season, is on 35 million.
DCL is what's his
70
price?
to 80 million.
Oh, 70.
Yep, that's the price that's being quoted. Yeah.
But for me, I want to see the coming season. Yeah, this coming season, how he performs. But because he has experience and he's playing in the Premier League, he has proven it. I'll take DCL.
Just so you guys know, there's currently a poll in the chat, and 56% leading the pack, Andre Silva. By the way, 60% basically. Andre Silva.
But sorry. Look, can I just say, look, when you asked me, Egal, you didn't give me their valuations, bro. So you set me up there, right?
Okay, go back. Say it again.
Okay, like, look, for me, again, because we're so used to being accounts and lawyers because of the past decade, the way the club has been run, right? Obviously, Andre Silva makes sense financially and in terms of his stats, because at the end of the day, this is an attacking player, specifically a striker. A striker gets paid to score goals. That's what football is about, right? So financially, it makes sense. And his numbers that he's produced in the Bundesliga this past season makes that even more concrete. But like I said, if we put money to a side and with what's been reported that the club are willing to spend, we've got a major a war chest and money's not an issue, I would still go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Egal, I've just seen a comment that would be really good to address. If it's called Dubba Ducky, I think his name is. Yeah, so this is the main point I want to agree with. I don't think you should buy any of these strikers. I think when we're looking for a striker, it should be for 2022. I think that next year I want to see how Balogun does. And I just think that personally, I don't really want another striker, especially if we don't sell Lacazette. If we sell Lacazette, maybe, but none of the other three. If we don't sign Lacazette.
No, but we're entertaining this discussion on the basis of if we do sell Oba or Laka, right?
Yeah, but I just want to just address the comment because it's a good point.
Let me just get to the last guy. Gunnar King hasn't spoken. Gunnar King, what's your take?
Yeah, so look, I think regardless of whether Laka stays or not, we should get Andre Silva. The reason being, I've harped on about this a few times. Chelsea don't need another right back. They got Azpilicueta. He's getting old. They're still going in for Hakimi now. Good clubs. They are proactive about replacing their players, and they won't wait for a player to retire. If a good player is available now that could replace a player later, get the player now. Now, Andre Silva has scored 28 goals this season. 29, sorry. He scored more than Haaland. Only Lewandowski scored more than him in the German league. Could he have done it in more seasons? Yes, but I think we saw enough of him this season to see that he's a good striker. I like Calvert-Lewin and I like Isak. Isak, I don't think we've seen enough of at the top level. And the same applies to Calvert-Lewin, who's only they're both regional names. So they're regional, known to their country, but they're not on the international stage. Andre Silva has played Champions League and Europa League football. He's featured for Portugal at international level. So he can bring all of that gravitas as well. 25 years old, 34 million. I think that's the man I would go for.
Okay, fair.
And I don't think it would slow down Balogun and Martinelli's development because, as I said, those players are on their way out. So there would be a bridge between the players going out and the players coming in, which would be Balogun and Martinelli. You need a conduit in the middle of them to kind of guide the process.
Artekas, what's your take?
No.
Value Dominic Calvert-Lewin 70 to 80. You got in the middle 60 million Isaac, and then the lower side, the man who scored the most goals, costing 35 million, Andre Silva.
But I think Andre Silva it's a risk because you even saw Timo Werner. He scored so many goals last season, and you saw this season what he did in the Premier League. It's totally a different league. So I don't think that. Of course, he scored way more goals in Bundesliga, but Premier League is different. I'll get Isaac. I think Isaac is a very good player. And technically also is very good. He can even score goals by head. So I would get him.
Okay. Just before we go to close the poll, guys, go vote in the poll right now. It's in the comment section. Just scroll up. You'll see it. Vote before I close the poll. We got 2 more minutes before we close the poll. I'm going to go to Josh in a second. Why does the light keep turning off? Sorry. Before I go to Josh, I'm just going to say my ideal thing, I would agree with Karan. I said the club should not buy a striker. I personally think the club shouldn't even buy a center back. I think just address the issues that we have first before you go out and address other areas that we don't need to address right away. Address the immediate needs first. Midfield. Get a DM, get another backup or somebody to place Guendouzi in a Lokonga, get a Basuma, get an attacking midfielder, be it Madison or somebody else. Get us a backup left back, get us a goalkeeper, get us a right back. Those are 5 positions that we need addressed severely right now. On top of that, if you want to get a striker, you can get it later. If you want to get something else, like a center back, you can get it later. I don't agree with this whole Ben White Isaac, all these things. Getting these players right now is not necessary. We have 5 immediate needs. Get those done before we get these luxuries, which is additional squad players that can help out the team. Or I know everyone says goals and this and that, but I just don't feel like those are immediate issues that we need to address right away. Karan, you're going to say something.
Yeah, so I just wanted to just respond to that Ben White thing because, as I said to you earlier today, I feel like this Ben White move is a response to David Luiz. We've lost our most experienced ball playing centre back at the club and possibly our best defender at the club in the last season, you can argue. So I just feel like it's a move that shows that we're trying to protect our first 11. I'm not sure. We can disagree on the Saliba stuff. I'm sure
we're going to talk about Saliba.
Or we'll talk about it later. But I feel like it's a move to keep up the quality of the first 11, and that's the difference between a striker. If we sell, as I said before, if we sell Lacazette, then fine, let's go for another striker. And the same thing with the same principle I'm using with the Ben White thing. We've lost a centre back, so we need to get one.
Egal, can I just quickly make a point?
1 second. Arsenal. Go ahead, Gunnar Express. Actually,
it's nothing to do with the Ben White or anything. It's actually just really quickly on Saka tonight, right? Arsenal fans, be excited for Saka's performance tonight.
When does the game begin?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Be excited, right? So
yo, guys, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Gunnar Express.
Excited for what? Egal, real quick, yeah. So Saka's opposite man tonight is Jan Borrell, and Saka tormented him when Arsenal played Slavia Prague and won 4-0. And Jan Borrell was hooked at half-time in that game. So Saka is cooking tonight. All I'm going to say, he's cooking tonight.
Yo, people, do me a favor. We're cooking tonight, and I need you guys to cook at least 100 likes. So let's get this show on the road. We're not even past 50 yet. Just 4 more likes, and the poll has ended. It's official. 52% Andre Silva, 37% Isaac, 12% only agree with you with Calvin Lewin, Aslan. The majority of people do not agree with.
I think a lot of that's down to the price tag, but yeah.
The way I put it, if you see it, it almost sways you to vote for the cheaper player. I didn't mean to do it that way. Now the next between the three, you know who I would have picked? If I had to pick one, I was gonna pick Isaac, but next year, not now. Even though I don't think Isaac's gonna become world class, I still think he has a higher potential than Andre Silva or Calvin Lewin, in my opinion. That's just why I would pick him. Now, moving on to the next topic. The next topic is a headache because apparently Madison has been doing a lot of PR to get Leicester fans happy with him after the links of him leaving the club has really put disharmony in the fan base. And a lot of the fans are saying if he wants to leave and his head's turned, he should leave. Some people are saying he's not going nowhere. Arsenal are stupid. There's people giving him nicknames and making jokes about him, and Arsenal being linked. Basically, there's just a lot of rumors about Madison and Arsenal. And at this point, there's something concrete that came out today. If Arsenal were to try to buy him, they would have to buy him for more than what they paid for what Manchester United paid for Harry Maguire. It would have to be a club record fee from Arsenal in order to buy James Maddison, according to the Leicestershire Live newspaper. This is straight out of Leicester. This is people who are close to the club stating this. Obviously, this is biased intentions. I'm asking you guys, what do you think?
Rubbish. They said that about Chilwell. They said 80 mil for Chilwell, no less. They sold him for 50. It's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. If you're good at negotiating, you can negotiate the price down. They do this all the time, Leicester.
This is the exact quote from the newspaper. They said Arsenal would have to break the club record to sign Leicester City's midfielder James Maddison.
No, but again, they said that about Chilwell. They said the exact same thing.
Okay, so let's just entertain it just for a minute. So there isn't a figure, but if we're going on our transfer record, so what we're looking to pay 75 mil, 80 mil?
Yeah.
So if we've got this money to spend, if Maddison is our number one target for that attacking midfield role, right?
Okay.
Again, why don't we go for Jack Grealish? Because all I've heard this summer is oh, let's be realistic. We're never going to get Jack Grealish. Why? We're Arsenal Football Club. At the very minimum, we should be at that table and having discussions with Jack Grealish and his representatives.
I agree. I totally agree.
I'm not saying
there is nothing
we can buy him, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to the contract we offer and how much we pay him and bonuses and right? But we should be at that table at the very least. Now, I'm not dismissing Maddison's qualities. He is a quality player. And yes, because of him being English, there is that English Premier League tax. Let's be real. Let's be real here. But if I had a choice out of the two, I would go for Jack Grealish. But if we are going for Maddison, again, he's not worth that price. But saying that, as long as the club, if they did go and fork out 75, 80 mil on Maddison, for me, as long as they identify all the other positions that we need, I don't care.
I just want to quickly expand. I just want to quickly expand on Gunnar Express's point, because it's a good one. So quickly, I just with the Leicestershire Live report. So when you're going to be negotiating a deal with someone, you're going to want to have people around you. As I was saying before, inflate the value of your asset. You need people to raise the value. You want people to make your asset look as attractive as possible to who you're selling to. So if you're going to try and get as much as you want, you're going to try and put out rumors for that high price. So if that's their starting point, then I doubt that will be the final point. I think that's what they're telling the club. Look, this is what we're starting at. This is what we want your bid to be. And with the changes at the club, I just feel like we have too much nous and savvy with the new people in charge. You have two lawyers, contract law specialists, negotiating the transfers in Richard Garlick and Tim Lewis. You have expertise in how to negotiate, and I doubt it will be that price at the end. I still think it will be probably about 60 to 65. I don't think it'll be 80. I don't think it'll be 70. I think it'll be about 60 to 65 million. And
listen, if you're talking about 90 million for James Maddison, get me Jack Grealish today.
Yes, 100%. But what I'm trying to say, I completely agree with what you're saying, man. But what I'm trying to tell you is that is a price that is being put out. Like,
so Superflea makes a great point. Quoting the Leicestershire Live is like quoting the Islington Gazette. Literally, it's a Leicester newspaper. They're going to be so unbelievably biased. They're going to make up everything.
That's the first thing I said, by the way.
Yeah,
I did say it is biased.
Yeah,
but I'm quoting. The reason why I'm quoting is because people keep saying I'm saying fake news. I'm not saying fake news. I'm literally showing you guys.
Egal. I'm not. I'm saying.
Me neither, man.
You saying they're biased is great, because it is, and that's fact. And you have to give your sources. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes people want to hear the sources. When they then hear it, they're like, "Why did you tell me the source?" It's like, well, you want the source, you don't, innit? Like, I don't get it, but. Yeah, man.
Can I just expand on
we have a bigger issue about Saliba.
So.
Can we not spend too much time on this topic, because we still haven't even gotten into the big topics? So I'm gonna just keep it moving. But anyone wanted to say one closing remark, one sentence,
one last one.
Now, but if you had anything more than that, we have to move on.
One last one. We can afford the transfer. And yeah, I agree with what Gunnar Express and Curran are saying. With Grealish, they're quoting 100, so they'll accept 80. And I think with Leicester, they're quoting 80, so they'll accept 60, 65.
Okay, you heard it here first from my guy. Now, moving on to the next story. I'm just going to start with the most unrealistic part, and then I'm going to work my way to the more like realistic links, right? So first, we know we want midfielders, right? So, and we're being linked to a lot of English players, right? So today, if you guys could just mute yourselves, because I can hear background noise a little bit. So I'm just going to play this for you. So Dean Jones, right, today was speaking, and Dean Jones said verbatim, despite Arsenal having having no European football to offer, the Gunners have made an inquiry on Raheem Sterling, Riyad Mahrez, and Declan Rice. Has his head turned, right? And also Stoke City are close to the signing of Nathan Collins, so that's not going to happen for Arsenal. So the real head turning part is the fact that we're being linked to Declan Rice, Raheem Sterling, and Riyad Mahrez. And it's not just links. We have inquired on the prices that it would take to get the services of Declan Rice, to get the services of Raheem Sterling, and to get the services of Riyad Mahrez. These three players are the three players that we're being linked to today. Today, this link is originally sourced. The original source of this is Dean Jones on his transfer article that he did on the Euro Sport website. If you want, you can go check out the article. I put it in the community post earlier today. So Declan Rice is the first topic we're going to be talking about. I want to ask you guys, are you willing to spend, since Declan Rice no longer has anybody else in for him, Manchester United is no longer in for him, Chelsea is no longer in for him, we would be able to get him for a price between 60 to 80 mil.
No.
Do you think it's realistic?
No.
We would even go for him.
Don't want him. Don't want him for that much money. Not worth it. Overrated. I'm going to say this.
I don't want him full
I'm going to say this.
It's because it's English.
Wait, I'm going to say this, and I need to finish it, because otherwise it's going to get taken out of context. He's overrated for the price he's being listed at. He is not he's not an £80 million player. I'm sorry, he's not. Like, he isn't. I know there's some Chelsea fans and some United fans that love him like he's their son, but he's not that good. He's a 40 to 60 million pound player at best. That's great, but we don't need him, man. Like, I know we need a DM, but he's not the style of DM we need. We need a DM who can just be a brick, like someone you ain't gonna get past. And that, for me, that's Basuma.
Can I just say one thing that I find about Declan Rice, by the way?
1 second. People are saying, what are you talking about? Okay, so this is the article. This is Dean Jones, published today on the Eurosport website. As you can see, Arsenal are sending out a move for Riyad Mahrez and Raheem Sterling. You can see that clearly as it says, right? It also, where he also talks about how we are linked to Aaron Ramsdale, Ben White, Basuma, Lokonga, Ruben Neves, which went quiet. We're linked to James Maddison and Aaron Ramsdale. This is where he mentions the link for Declan Rice. He says Declan Rice has had his head turned, right? He said it's understood that West Ham this summer and Chelsea are likely chasing him, right? But then he mentions the fact that Arsenal are interested in him down here. Where is it? Right here. He mentions that, yes, United, City, Liverpool are all in pursuit for him, but Chelsea are the favorites to sign him, and that he feels Arsenal would be able to get him, right? Where's the rest of it? And then he just talks about Nathan Collins, but that's pretty much it. That's the article. So if you guys are saying, where did Declan Rice come from? That's where the Declan Rice source came from. Now, continuing back on to the story. Declan Rice, what are we saying?
Yeah, can I just say about Declan Rice, right?
Yeah,
good player.
Yeah, man. I'll take him.
Is it a coincidence that we're talking about Declan Rice's best season, the season that Souček comes? I think not. Souček is criminally underrated. And when you've got a partner like Souček next to you, like, it can make you look good yourself. Like, I just don't see the hype in him, personally. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's not this player that we think he is. And, I think Souček allows him to look like that.
Just to back off that last point, if you look at interviews that Arteta's done, he's always said that his preference in midfield are players that are their presence in a duel. They are good over 5 yards, and they are players that can be elite runners over 5 yards and also over 15 yards, which means they are elite over short and long distances. So that he doesn't want Rice is a very good player. I'm not here to dismiss him. He's not a bad player, but the point I'm trying to make is he wants physical monsters. He wants a PNP type, if you know the term. So he wants those kind of types of midfielders. He wants players that are dominant in duels, but also have have a penchant for running and an ability to carry the ball into the final third. So I don't think that that's Declan Rice in terms of profile-wise. But I will say I do like Declan Rice. I don't think he's 80 million. I think he's about probably 60, 55 million pound player.
Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody who hasn't spoken. James, keep it short and sweet. Yes or no to Declan Rice?
Nope.
Okay, I think we're crazy to say no to Declan Rice, but the price makes it.
It's not crazy. Egal. I'd rather get Bissouma.
No, if you're saying no for the price, it makes sense. But if you're saying no for the player and the profile of player, he is the profile of player.
Yeah, I'm saying no for 80 million.
No, Egal, he's not. He's not
Egal. I disagree
for the price.
Okay, what do you disagree about the profile?
He's not.
I think that you need a player that is more dominant in a one-on-one duel and is a better runner over short and long distance. I think that he's very good in terms of passing range, in terms of tackling.
Yeah.
If you're talking about duels, escaping a duel is just as important as getting a tackle in. And I don't think that Declan Rice has that ability to jink out of a tackle that, say, an Yves Bissouma does, or someone of that profile. I think that is the profile that he wants to be able to promote. Something that's good in duels.
So does anybody else agree with me that the price, we get it, but if you take away the price, does anyone want him?
No.
Yeah, man. I'm 100% taking him.
Who said that?
Artekas.
Artekas, why are you taking him?
And he's such a good player, and he's of course English, and he knows the league. He has played in this league, and he has so much respect in this league. So I think when we bought players like Partey, they took time because they are not from this league. But Declan Rice is from this league, so he won't take time to adapt. And
yeah, but so is Bissouma. Bissouma's from this league as well, and he's cheaper. What's your point?
No, if we get Bissouma, then it's okay. But if we don't get Bissouma, I think Declan Rice is a great buy.
Okay, fair. Good Express cut. Oh no, he's still here.
I just want to quickly. I mean, with the Lokonga links as well, and you see the type of player Lokonga is. You can see the type of profile.
He's an understudy though. He's not a starter.
Yeah, no, but it shows the profile that Arteta wants to go for.
Pace and power. Yeah.
Pace and power. Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Next.
If we were to identify a DM in the Premier League, and if I had a choice of Declan Rice or Ndidi, I'm picking Ndidi 7 days a week.
Any fucking day.
Understand? If Declan is rice, Ndidi is pasta. And not just one type of pasta.
Nah, man, you cannot say
10
that.
different types of
Listen,
pasta.
My Igbo-Nigerian queen sat next to me.
My guy, when I first heard about Declan Rice to Arsenal, I said the only rice I want is basmati rice.
Egal.
Sorry, I'll take it back. Just where Gunnar King mentioned, if Declan is rice, plain long grain rice, Ndidi is jollof, bruv. So if I had a choice of plain rice, white rice, or jollof, I'm going for jollof, bruv. You know what I mean? And especially Nigerian jollof, because Nigerian jollof is superior to Ghanaian jollof. Dizzy, if you're listening, that is fact. Capital FACTS.
Man said rice is 100%
an infinity amount of exclamation points.
What you saying? Chris, I'm sending you the link. You have to come out. You have to come on. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Jump on right now. Explain yourself.
Wait, and you want
Egal. Look what this is. Send me the link, bro.
He's a good player.
Yeah, no, Aslan, he says that, but he's not going to join. He just is on time. Oh, send me the link. Send me the link. Send me the link. And he never joins. Join the game.
You cannot join
the team.
Oh, Muhdin, the link is in the chat. Just jump on. Anyways, guys, I was going to change the topic now to the next part of the topic. So the next part of the topic, guys, if you don't know, is Muhdin's back. Anyways, the next part of the topic, guys, this part here, it is very, 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 very close. You have to listen to what they're saying. They're saying, straight up, Arsenal sounded out and inquired about Riyad Mahrez and Raheem Sterling, right? We're looking at them, and we're looking to enhance our front line, right? Man City are looking to buy Harry Kane, and Arsenal are looking to recruit either Riyad Mahrez or Raheem Sterling. And at this point, it is a very ambitious move for the club that is currently looking to do so many things. And he specifically says one thing that caught my eye. Remember what I told you about this? Remember when I said something about Arsenal are trying to gauge which level of players they can shop for this summer? To hear this from an actual like journalist just gives me backing and making me feel more comfortable with what I was trying to say. The club is literally just trying to figure out who they can attract and who is willing to actually join their club. And also what he says ahead of that, talking about ambition, saying Arsenal, this shows an intent of ambition in the summer transfer market this season, right? And another thing, saying expected to attract without European football to be on the offering table. That right there just shows you a lot of the stuff that people throw to us. Why would they join you? Why would they downgrade? Why would they come without Champions League football? Some of these things don't exist. It's fairy dust. It's fugazi. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? But yeah,
look,
I just wanted to show you guys that part of the article so everyone knows where we're coming from before we start this conversation. Now let's start the conversation.
Egal, I just wanted to quickly say something about this. I just feel like until we see how the first transfer plays out, as we see how actually things are starting to progress with how the club is gonna, we can see the club. This is how this deal moved, and we can see a template for how these people who are new in their job are planning to do their job. I just don't know. These are reports, man. I just feel like it's a bit sort of like, well, we don't have any evidence.
This is not from an ITK on Twitter, bro.
I'm not saying ITK or anything, but I just want to see how the first transfer plays out, so we know. Okay, this is the template for how these people do business.
Yeah. I agree his points. I think the first signing Bissouma will be perfect if we get Bissouma for me.
Sterling said, "Have you tried jollof rice?" No, I've never tried jollof rice.
Egal, for you, will you take Sterling? I'll ask you.
Huh?
Sterling.
No, I think Sterling's a wonderful player, and he would do good at Arsenal, and he's a profile player. But the financial output and finances don't meet each other. What he produces at Manchester City for the finances that he's getting paid does not make sense if he comes to Arsenal. I don't think he's going to produce at the same level, and I don't think the financial situation at Arsenal can handle a player of Raheem Sterling's wages not producing the level that he's producing at Manchester City.
You just said that if he came to Arsenal, he'd be really good, but then you just said that he wouldn't be able to produce the same numbers that he does at City.
Okay, let me elaborate. I think he's a really good player, and I think he would do well, but I don't think he would produce to the level that we would need for someone who's making that much money. Who's making all those noises? Is it you, Jonathan?
No, not me.
Someone's making a lot of noises, like they're moving papers and stuff. Is that you, Karan?
Nope, hands are free.
Okay, I don't know. Anyways, it could be Green Express also, but I don't know.
It ain't me.
Okay, whoever it is, someone sort that out. My thing is Raheem Sterling and Riyad Mahrez. The person who I feel like would produce more and more efficiently is Riyad Mahrez. The person who would get more out of longevity-wise is Raheem Sterling. But personally, I don't know why I feel this, but I can see through Raheem Sterling's performances at Manchester City and say there's big flaws. He misses big chances. Not only that, he does not produce assists to the level that you expect from a winger from Manchester City. When you think about it, he went one whole Premier League season one time with 1 assist. Yes, he got 19 goals, which is amazing, but he got 1 assist. Do we expect an Arsenal winger who we're paying over £300,000, which we would be paying to Raheem Sterling? He would become Ozil 2.0 if you got Raheem Sterling. But if you got Riyad Mahrez, we could pay him 190 to 200, and he would produce week in, week out. Riyad Mahrez, in my opinion, is a higher class winger historically than Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has been good in spurts, but Riyad Mahrez has always been up there with one of the best producers per minute in the team and in world football from that wing position. I've wanted Riyad Mahrez from a long time ago, and I want him now. I would still take him at the age of 30. I would still take him. And I think if he came to this team, he would not only be one of our best players, he would be the best player. in our team, Riyad Mahrez. I genuinely believe it. Week in, week out, he'd be our best player.
I'll
Anyways,
be honest
what
with
do
you,
you guys
right?
think?
Look, if I had to choose out of Sterling and Mahrez, I agree with you, Egal. I would definitely go for Mahrez because when I saw him at Leicester, and you know, after they won their Premier League and they got rid of Kante, we were linked with him. Leicester, it's come out that Leicester directly blocked that move. But I'll be honest with you, bro. With how Man City this summer, what their transfer targets are, and you know they're potentially going in for a striker, specifically Harry Kane. I don't want us to aid Man City into their transfer this summer. So purely for that reason alone, I'm staying clear of any Man City signings.
Okay.
I'll chime in on this one.
I'd rather us go out and identify someone else that doesn't play for any of our rivals or in the top six. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Yes.
What about you, Gunnar King?
Yeah, so first of all, if I was to pick out of the two, I would take Sterling, not because Mahrez isn't better, but the reason being on the left-hand side, we've got Pepe and we've got Saka. On the right-hand side, that are left-footed, the cut inside, they match. All their profiles are the same, bro. Mahrez, Saka, and Pepe loosely have the same profile, whereas on the left-hand side, there is very little to offer. So yeah, but I would take neither of them. And the reason I would say is when you talk about profile of players, it's not just about abilities, it's about where they're coming from, the cost, the package. We're not in a state, nor should we be, where we're going to a club like City and we're trying to make a statement of intent by buying one of their players, because the cost that comes with is going to be too great. Now, you know, you mentioned about it on the wage structure, the transfer structure is all going to be north of what our structure is. So we're going to have to break it. What does that create? Discontent amongst the players beneath the structure. And I just think longer term, what we need to be doing now is being realistic. I'm not talking about lowering standards. I'm talking about right now bullying the smaller clubs, being the Manchester City in this equation, going to the clubs that are around and below us and taking their best players and saying, look, this is our project. These are our ambitions. What you're on there, we can increase maybe, you know, a lot more, and we can offer you like a clearer, more realistic pathway towards trophies, not the other way around. So it doesn't make sense to me, either of these.
Okay,
links.
who would
Any
you
of these
rather
free links.
take? There's two questions here. Who would you rather take? And if you would take, or would you even take either of them?
For me, Egal, I will take Mahrez because Raheem Sterling, his end product is not good.
Man said neither. Wow.
By the way, how old is Riyad Mahrez?
Riyad Mahrez 30.
Also him, yeah, I will take him, but he's getting old. But
Sterling is 26 or 27.
For me, even if Sterling is 21, I will not take him still, because if the player doesn't have any product, for me, no way. Because what's the point of him? It's just running, and then the end product he will not score.
We can say that all we want, but
someone said Dembele would be what? Allow it, bro. Man can't stay healthy. Remember SpongeBob, guys? Patrick, whenever he would get sick, he would just come back with a neck brace. That's Dembele. Literally.
The thing is, right, Egal, I mean, I don't agree with the lack of production comment, but I still think, as you mentioned earlier, that there are much higher priorities than a Riyad Mahrez or a Raheem Sterling. We need to completely redo our midfield. And if you look at how we play as well, so we play in attack in 5 channels at the top of the pitch. So the reason why the Maddison links make so much sense is because we can move ESR into that left inside channel between Tierney, who's on the left wing, and Aubameyang / Maddison, who is in that central channel. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to go, okay, we're going to stick to the wing, we're going to stick to the inside forwards, making runs, pass. Let's get creators around them and make runs in. Sure, get Raheem Sterling. But if we're going for creative wingers like ESR, if we're looking to make Saka into a a running inside forward that can provide both a transitional threat as well as provide a goal and an assist, then it looks like we're going. I wouldn't really want either. I would prefer to strengthen the midfield. You need to get a backup left back, which is crucial this season because that is the main reason why we didn't win the Europa League this season. And I will say that till the day I die. If we had a backup left back that was competent, we would have won that Europa League. And we also need a right back. So you have 5 positions there that you need to strengthen more than a left winger and a right winger. So let's have a look and see.
Okay,
I
so
just think
now
these
time
would
to
be
vote.
statement of intent
Guys,
transfers, not what we
vote.
need.
Time to vote.
You know what I mean?
Time to vote. I need you guys to vote and tell me your thoughts. People in the chat, vote in the space. Tim Smith, one of the moderators, Leeds fan. Thank you for your service today. Next, James, you're first. Are you taking either one or neither?
Does price matter or no?
You have a choice. You can take Raheem Sterling, Riyad Mahrez, both or neither. Which one? What's your fourth? What's your fourth choice? Which one are you picking?
Neither. I don't want that.
Speak up.
Neither.
Okay. What about you, Gunnar Express?
I take Mahrez.
Okay. Quran.
So neither, but if we're out one of the two, then it's Sterling because of the.
Nah. Mahrez is better.
All right, Gunnar Express.
It might be better, but we need to look at the profiles. We need of the squad.
Already won. Gunnar King, your turn.
Curran understands balance.
What?
I said Curran understands balance.
Yeah.
Because of his reasoning behind it.
So what's yours? What's your take? Neither. Someone said Callum Hudson-Odoi. I'll take Callum Hudson-Odoi. Huge start.
I wouldn't. Saka's
Wait, Egal, did you just say he'd start?
But
no,
why
he
would
wouldn't
you
start.
take
He wouldn't
Egal?
start,
Why
but
Egal?
He would kill it.
Quran
Callum
has
Hudson-Odoi can stay in his little
we need
tin
a midfielder
to play for the
This
You guys hate Chelsea. Okay, get back to the Man City
Get man
conversation.
to the links. Come on, lads. Go.
Guys, next, Aslan.
Yeah, I agree with Curran. For me, if I had to choose out of both Mahrez, but like I said, I would go for neither because if we did, that would aid in their transfer, in their hunt for a new striker. So none of them, to be honest.
Okay. What about you, Jonathan?
I would take Mahrez if I was supposed to choose any.
Okay, but you want neither.
No, I would actually take Mahrez, to be honest, because I believe that our bench don't have enough proven talents because we have mostly youngsters. So I wouldn't mind Mahrez on one wing and Pepe on one wing.
But Mahrez is a better right winger than Pepe anyway, so Mahrez would drop Pepe.
Yes, for sure. But for me, I believe that Pepe is more of a better goal scorer than Bukayo Saka, and Saka can maybe improve a little bit more on his finishing. So I would rather Pepe on one wing and Mahrez on the other.
Okay, so Muhdin, you're the final one because we got a big issue about Saliba, and that's
everything I want to say, Quran has said perfectly. At the moment, we don't need those type of players. We need we need a midfielder, right back, backup left back. Yeah, he said everything perfectly. Yeah. For me, we don't need both.
We need 2 midfielders, guys. We don't need just one.
I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, I'm picking Mahrez. I've already made my opinion clear on that, right?
Yep.
Now let's see what the poll. Guess what? The poll is now closing. 73% Riyad Mahrez. Wow. No, 70% Riyad Mahrez. So that's a dramatic flip. Okay.
Recency bias is worse, man.
Yo, I'm getting an echo. What the hell's going on?
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, what recency bias? Mahrez has been better than Sterling for the last 5 years.
Yeah,
what
he has.
Recency bias?
Last 5 years.
I'm not saying.
Last 5 years.
What year has Sterling ever been better than Mahrez? Besides the 1 year Mahrez joined and he didn't play much.
Well, not in the City team, but I remember didn't
Riyad Mahrez has always been clear of Sterling.
Didn't Sterling hit 59 goal contributions in a calendar year once?
2 seasons ago, Sterling was class. Yeah, he was class 2 seasons ago.
Okay.
I'm gonna look that up. I might be wrong, but I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, but the point is that Mahrez took City to a Champions League final by being the best player alongside Gundogan in that Champions League run, whereas Sterling, if you remember that game against Spurs, missed about 2 sitters, and it's why Spurs won that game. So Mahrez is a big game player. He's got a better left foot than Pepe, in my opinion. His left foot is immense, and he's better at free kicks than Sterling as well. Mahrez is just a better player.
This comment right here,
the Algerian prince.
Mahrez only good during Ramadan. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Don't say that. Anyway, Jonathan, prince. Thank you for coming on, bro. I'm not ending the video, guys. I just want to shorten the panel because we're going to be talking about Saliba, and I know it's going to get long. James, I'm going to let you go, bro.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for having me. Big up, everyone.
All right, bro.
Big up, James, man.
Big up, James.
Big up, James, man. One love.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go us guys. It's gonna be us 6. We're gonna talk about this whole Saliba situation. So let me start by saying, everybody on Facebook, on Twitter, big up to you guys. We're gonna end this video segment here, right, on Facebook. If you want to watch the rest of the video, come join us on YouTube, right? Everyone on Facebook, also everyone on Twitter. If you want to come join us, watch the rest of the video on YouTube, right? And now here we go, big stuff. Yo, Jonathan, I'm gonna just take you out for now. Just stay by. We're just gonna do it, just us guys. So let's get the show on the road. William Saliba conversation is quite interesting, right? So I'm gonna start by stating William Saliba is assessing his options. That is what it says in the thumbnail. That is what it says in the title of the video. And that's what the original source of this news, Wheatley, said, right? So let me go to what he said, so I'm not misquoting him, or I'm not saying anything incorrectly. I'm gonna just find the article and I'm gonna just quote it. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So Chris Wheatley, I am told that William Saliba is assessing his options ahead of Ben. Who is making that noise? Please stop. Everyone mute yourselves. It is so annoying when other people are doing stuff. I'm sorry. Okay, next. So Ben White. Okay, let me start from the beginning. I'm told that William Saliba is assessing his options ahead of Ben White's likely move to Arsenal. The 20-year-old is expected to return from preseason training, but a loan move is probable outcome now. Newcastle, Nice, Marseille, and others want him, right? Then he continues by saying, an Arsenal academy player has told his agent last season that Saliba is the best center-back at the club and will be... What? An Arsenal academy player told his agent last season that Saliba is the best center back at the club, and will be interesting to see how things unfold. A huge clamoring of fans want to see Saliba play for Arsenal. So he's not really telling us anything we don't already know. He's just kind of telling us that William Saliba is assessing his options, and he's hearing this from William Saliba's team. His team have said this, not the club. Last time the club spoke, they said that William Saliba is a big part of their plans. So I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to get too crazy about this, but let's go talk about this now. I'm going to start with Karan. Karan, what were you going to say? You can unmute yourself now.
Okay, so I was just going to say bring up the tweet, but what I'm trying to say about this, I mean, I know I have a different opinion to everyone else here. I think that we have to read between the lines with these tweets. As we were saying before with the Leicester paper, a lot is going to be down to agents wanting to drive the value up of their assets. A lot is going to be they want to say things to the people around them who are in the media to inflate the value, one, and to make sure he gets more game time, two. I said this before to everyone here. I do not agree with how William Saliba has been treated. There are reasons behind it, but there is a lot of conjecture around it. Something about maybe things about his mother, the Ozil click, personal reasons, his performance at MK Dons, etc., etc. I still think that he should have been treated a bit better. There should be more clarity about how he was treated, how he was going to progress at the club. But what I want to say is that it's a bit premature to be off this one report. And if you look at the tweet below, Egal, about this 18-year-old player that has said that he's the best centre-back at the club, does that not shout a bit like the agent trying to inflate someone's value? Does that not just scream a bit like, okay, the agent's just putting stuff out there to put pressure on the club?
But there's also a new tweet, if you haven't seen it.
I haven't. If there is, please tell me what it says.
Okay, so this is the French football Twitter account.
Is this GFFN?
Yep.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, so also been concentrating. What?
That's fine.
Always been concentrating
consternation.
Consternation, yeah.
Consternation amongst
those around William Saliba, how Mikel Arteta actually feels. Player not told by Arteta what specifically to improve on. Never got more than a moment's chance in the 2020 pre-season, and this summer he's received zero clarity from the club so far. So
this is clearly from Saliba's camp.
Yes, it's from Saliba's camp. But remember, just think about it this way, right? With all the amount of reports being released in one day from Saliba's agent, does it not say a bit like, well, hang on a second, this is clearly Saliba's agent saying that it's that he wants
George, look at that.
My guy too, ball of a passion lot, bang bang. But I mean, this is a very good point as well. So if you talk about Ben Napper, who was our new loan manager, so you have to think about how we've changed how we loan players out. And if we were going to loan players out, this player specifically, Ben Napper came in and his first deal was the Willock deal. And for the Willock deal, what happened is the clubs that were interested in him, so the likes of Newcastle, Southampton, I think West Brom as well, were interested in both Midlands and Willock. They had to come to the club to interview for the pleasure of having Joe Willock or Ainsley Maitland-Niles at their club. So it shows that we're not being as naive, and I think these reports are still. We're not giving the current regime a chance to show how they're going to handle things. I'm not saying it's the Cronkies. The Cronkies need to go. I'm talking about the current people in charge of transfers and loans. It's not about the Cronkies. I've just put this clear. This has nothing to do with the Cronkies. It's the current personnel.
Let me just stop you there, bro. Thank you for coming on, bro. Have yourself a wonderful evening.
Thanks,
Enjoy
guys.
the England game, okay?
No, you too. See you guys later.
Later, bro. Next, I'm gonna go to Mahdeen. Mahdeen, I just want to hear your take on the whole Saliba thing.
Yeah, bro. For me, I don't know what Arteta sees. Okay, I see that Saliba becoming same as what happened to Gnabry. You remember what happened to him?
Yeah,
Gnabry was not being given a chance, and this guy Arteta, I don't know what he sees. To be honest, Saliba is a good player. Yes, he's young. He should, with the team that we are having, all of them they make mistake. Our best defender was Gabriel. Also, he was having poor season. Why can't we give him a chance? Saliba, for me, we should give him a chance. Yeah, that's my opinion. That's what I think. Thank you, bro. I'm going to watch the game. All of you.
All right, peace out, bro.
Yeah, good.
Later, bro. Have a good one, Mahdeen. Winner Express, you're next, bro.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying that Saliba should be relishing under Ben White and should be honoured at the fact that he gets to play under him. Anyone saying that's deluded. Saliba, for me, is already better than Ben White. Ben White's had one season in the Premier League in which he was subpar. He had one season at Leeds in which Leeds fans overhyped how good he was because he wasn't actually that good. And yeah, Ben White is not somebody that Saliba should be coming in under. If anything, Ben White should be playing under Saliba because Saliba's already better than him. And this whole thing about Saliba's age and how he's 20 and this and that, it's rubbish. Saka's 19. Smith Rowe's 20 as well. So what's this whole thing about, oh, but his age, he's too young. If you're good enough to play, you're good enough to play. Doesn't matter how old you are. So Arteta hasn't given him a chance. I don't care what anyone says. He played one game against MK Dons, in which I thought he was quite good. He played a few games at under 23 level, which isn't his level. He should be higher than that. He shouldn't be playing against little boys. He should be playing against men. And he went to Nice and was one of their best players while he was there. So if he's loaned out, Arteta should be sacked. Anyone who that made that loan deal happen should also be sacked, because this kid is a generational talent, or he's meant to be at least. That's what we were told when he signed. We were told that by the club, that he's the next Varane, that he's the next this guy and that guy. Right now, he's the next Guendouzi. A generational talent, apparently, who's being wasted by some manager who doesn't like conflict and who can't accept the fact that Saliba is good enough to get in his team, yet he's so arrogant and ignorant, he can't accept his own failure by not using him last season. And that's it. I'm not going to believe any of the rumours until I see him leave. I think he'll get a chance in pre-season, but pre-season's coming up. So we're going to see on July 13th. Days. July 13th, I think it is, when we play against Hibs. If he ain't in that team against Hibs, he's going out on loan. That's it. If he's not in that team against Hibs or Rangers, he is going out on loan, and we're not going to see him next season. But as I've said, Arteta ain't a good enough manager. That's it. So we'll see what happens. But I just see Guendouzi 2.0. Wasted talent, but we'll have to see what happens.
Yo, peace out, bro. Have a good one. And then Aslan, Gunnar King. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've already said my piece. He's not going nowhere. This is just bullshit. But yo, Aslan, Gunnar King, what do you guys think? If you guys could keep it short, because we got 4 minutes.
Yeah, go on, Gunnar King.
Yeah, so basically what I want to say is I agree and disagree with parts of Gunnar Express's statements. I think they're important to highlight. Yes, Saka's 19 and he's in the team, but attacking players peak, when they're younger, they can start hitting their peak quicker. Name the last time the best defender in the world was below 25 years old. Don't worry, I'll wait. But when Ronaldo was ripping it up for United when he was 19 or 20, that's something that's more normal. Messi, when he broke into, we were already talking about him as the best attacking player in the world at 19, 20. Same with Haaland and Mbappe. That never happens with defenders, right? So
it does happen with left backs and right backs.
Yeah, but I mean centre backs. Yeah. Sorry, I should be specific on what type of defenders. It happens. It's very rare that it happens with centre backs. Van Dijk. People talk about him as the GOAT now, age 27. What was he doing in his career before? He's still a very good player, but you need that experience. You need to make those mistakes as a centre back to learn from them to actually get better. You don't just arrive with your ability and your ability is enough. And that's never more telling in football than when you play at centre back. So we need to be careful with Saliba's expectations. I think he's a good player, and I think he has earned the right to have the chance in pre-season to stake his claim into our team next season. But I just get the feeling that a lot of our fans are like, he did good at Nice, so he's going to do good in the Premier League. When we all know that the Premier League is a completely different pace, played in a completely different way, completely different levels of intensity. And I think that needs to be taken into consideration a bit. Pepe came from the French league.
Cut you off.
He was doing really well in the French league.
I gotta cut you off, bro. The music's playing. Everyone's got to go soon. Aslan's got to say his piece before we go. Have a good one, Gunnar King.
Big up, Gunnar
Aslan.
King. Yeah, just keep it short and sweet, bro. Look, since we've signed him, we've sent him out on loan twice. He's had 2 good loan spells. I feel he deserves the chance to be brought back and given a fair chance this season. I'm not saying he should be a starter week in, week out, but he definitely needs to come back. And we as a club need to directly aid his development, because he's under our books. He's our player. No more other out clubs, whether it's in the continent or in the Premier League, should aid his development. It should be solely ours. We are his parent club. He's an Arsenal fan. He's made his dream move. Bring him back home. When it comes to the pre-season, make sure, because if we're going on Chris Wheatley's tweet earlier, he should definitely get as much game minutes under his belt through the pre-season games. And obviously, on the back of that, that would give us an idea on what we decide to do going into the start of next season. But yeah, so long story short, bring him back and give him a fair chance.
And you end it off on a good note, bro.
England game tonight. Big up Bukayo Saka on getting his start. He's gonna smack it. Hopefully he scores, and he finally makes Southgate decide to actually start him more. So come on, England. Come on, Bukayo Saka.
All right, peeps out, people. Big up to everybody in the chat. Appreciate all you guys, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Sorry I couldn't read more of your chats. It's been a very news-filled day, and we've had to get through a lot of things. But you know what? I'll try to make sure I get to all those. Next video, hopefully we'll go for a little bit longer. Have yourselves a great night, and enjoy the England game. We're out of here. Peace, guys. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification bell while you're at it, ladies and gentlemen. EGTV, you already know. And if you're on your phone, it's even easier. Press that like button for me, and you know what? Subscribe while you're still